Hi, friends. Welcome to another episode of The Everyday Grind, where we have short conversations on solving our common challenges that we face every day. We share our experiences, we learn from each other, and we stay aware of events that is going on around us. I'm your host, William Obiana, and at the end of the episode, if you would love to share any of the thoughts that we've discussed throughout, you can always drop a chat on Twitter and Instagram at William Obiana. So let's get into it. So earlier in the week, in the DMs, there was a message that shot out. The guy is 20 and he's really struggling to see how he can actually make some money or get a job, and it's not easy. And it's a very common trope because especially if you're coming out of the university or you're trying to make a career change, it can be very challenging. The economy is not so rosy for that kind of move to just be effortless. There's a lot of pain that goes into it. And if you're feeling overwhelmed with this or you're struggling to figure it out, you're not alone because there are a lot of us that are facing that same issue. Luckily, there's some tips that might be helpful for you to actually help you navigate through this. So we'll be getting into it one by one. The first would be your location, because the big cities and the small cities have different population sizes, right? The bigger cities typically tend to have a lot of people, millions, and with more people condensed in a particular location, there's more opportunities, right? Smaller cities wouldn't have just as much. The same thing in terms of like organizations that are setting up jobs in these regions. In the bigger cities, there will be more businesses that are willing to hire people, and in the smaller cities, not as much. Same thing if you're trying to, start a brand or start a business. Obviously, being in a bigger city gives you access to more people to actually work with, and on the smaller cities, it's smaller people, so you can imagine that, right? Now, if you can afford or you can comfortably make that investment to move from a smaller city to a bigger city, that actually increases your odds of success because you would have a bigger market to play with. So location is obviously important, right? But not many people don't actually, because there's some scenarios or some situations that makes it difficult to just move. I mean, everyone has a different experience, so it might not necessarily like play out for you to be able to make that move easily. But depending on how you want to go about it, again, it's worth the investment. And then nothing actually comes without sacrifice. So you gotta weigh your pros and your cons. If the pros outweigh the cons, then moving to a bigger city would have a better outcome for you. But that is not to say that in a smaller city you can't actually find potential opportunities that you can actually leverage off of and actually make it work. So put that into account. The second would be your network. It's like you gotta actually leverage your network, and it depends on the type of network you have. I mean, some people are lucky to be born into families that have like a very good network, and some people don't. So if you are lucky enough to actually have a network of people that can actually help you, leverage off of that. Talk to your uncles, talk to your aunties, talk to your cousins' husbands and your cousins' wives or girlfriends. I mean, you'll be surprised that the contacts we have on your phone would actually have a connection to 10 other people that you don't even know exist. So reach out to them, and you will be surprised that one person there would have an opportunity that could actually change your life, right? And if you don't even have any of the networks, say for example, you for some reasons you don't have contacts, you can always go into the field and actually do the outbound networking. And this is where one of the most underrated and high income skill sets is sales. Is so important. If you know how to sell, if you know how to sell yourself, I mean, it's easy for you to just go out there and just begin to make friends and see how you can collaborate, because by networking with people, you would be able to get contacts which can lead to potential job opportunities or potential business opportunities, right? So one of the things that I think also networking can also do is it can get you access to the kind of people that could be mentors to you. They could recommend you. They can give you referrals, and they can even give you inside information in any of the areas that you might be interested in. So again, leverage your personal network on your phone, and once you're done with that, you can also leverage your network outside. You can begin to build a new network and use that to your advantage. So yeah. Now this is the part that I feel takes a lot of sacrifice and effort, is upskilling. So the market obviously wants a certain type of skill set. If you're a business owner, you wouldn't be selling a product that you're interested in. You'll be selling a product that others are interested in. It's people that tell you what they want. Likewise, in terms of jobs, because you studied something in the university, for example, does not mean that that's what businesses are looking for. A company might be looking for someone with a particular skill set, and that does not necessarily mean that you actually learned that in school. And this for is one of the reasons I also don't like the current educational system, because the current educational system really teaches people, skills that was used in the 80s and the 90s, and way back then, that is not currently beneficial today, except I guess the traditional core skills, which could be like doctors, lawyers, and perhaps maybe engineers. But for typical businesses, especially in this digital world, they will be looking for common skill sets regarding marketing, for example, customer service, programmers, product designers, project managers, and things like this. So if you don't have this type of skill sets, the best thing you can do is upskill yourself, right? Get a course, go learn about what the jobs are what businesses are looking for, and take the course, get a project done, and apply for this to these places. You're more likely going to get a job doing this. And some people might be like, oh, they don't know how to find out informations on what type of jobs or skill sets is required for these companies. Well, you can link, or you can connect, go to LinkedIn, sign up for an account, and look at the companies there, check out the job opportunities, and find what they are looking for. Read the description, and you would see it there for yourself. Then you take a course on Udemy or Coursera, or even free on YouTube, and actually learn this stuff. So just upskilling yourself is the next best step for you, and with that you will be able to actually make the best out of it. So tying into the previous point I made, you can actually take your skill, or if you have a hobby, and make a business out of it, right? If you have a hobby and a passion, for example, you like to sing, well, you can start to sing and put out a mixtape. You like to make music, well, you can make music and put out an EP, put out a selection or collection of your music tracks and put out there. You begin to network with musicians and actually make the best out of it. Or maybe you just like to draw, you can sign up for some illustrator sites, make some illustration, and begin to promote your illustration on Behance, or some platforms that actually help illustrators showcase their work. And you can be doing this and taking clients on the side, and you'll be surprised how this will generate you some income. So turning your business into, or turning your hobby or your skill into a business is a way to go. You will be solving a problem for someone else, and you'll be rewarded for it financially. At the end of the day, investing in yourself can lead to greater financial success in the long run. You just got to make that investment in yourself. You got to do the hard work and stay disciplined with it, because it's not easy out here, and there are different strategies in how you can actually go around this. But the key is just to remain proactive and actually stay open to any opportunities around you where you can leverage. And very important is to never give up, because the moment you've given up and you sunk into despair, it's pretty much over for you at that point. So stay strong and keep doing what you're doing. So this brings us to the end of the episode. Hope you enjoyed it and got some value from it. Don't forget to rate us on Spotify and share with a friend that you think might actually also get some value from this. So stay tuned for the next discussion. Until then, take care and bye bye.